hit the rest. And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the most. I put my friends in that old Benz and took that to the coast. It ain't no thing.
I'm back.
It's what I do the best. I feel my mattress, pay my taxes, then I blew the rest. And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the least. I quit my boss and cooked that sauce and fed that to the street. Sliding it like a wet flow, already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like
what's cracking with you today?
Echo. Big fast, my bank on big man. My drip too wet, that spit can. Yo, swap me like Q-tips. Hold that there like.
I'll wait for a few people to get on, man, because I want to talk some crap, man.
Don't say three
I have a special guest come on, man. We're going to talk about this fight.
If you prefer, quick ride, no time.
We're going to talk about. Anybody see that movie, man? You see Spider-Man? If you ain't see it, man, it's gonna be a spoiler. So we're gonna talk about that as well, man. Shout out to all the actors of Spider-Man, man. I have something to vent about, man. Jamie Foxx, man, he need a Razzie. But I'm gonna talk about that. Did you watch that fight? Did y'all watch that Jake Paul fight? Come on and talk about it. Come on and talk about it. Or if you didn't watch it and you said it's a crap, man, and I ain't gonna watch that crap. If it was free, come on and talk about it. You want to support the channel? Hit that Cash App. We appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the people who supporting the channel. But I'm pissed, man. I tried to go on live earlier, man. It just didn't work out. My internet was acting up. So my internet's acting cool, man. Hit that like button or leave me a comment. Tell us good.
Light work, not work. I ain't really do much. Get it in, ship it out, pivot route back.
But
hit her with a best friend. I don't really know about a friend zone. Real time, real talk.
I don't know, man. But shout out to that Spider-Man. It was an amazing movie, man. I went out and I took the kids with me. It was fantastic. Maybe I'll give you my top 3 movies of that Spider-Man, or maybe I'll give you the order. I don't know, but I'm gonna wait till my homie get on if he come on. If he don't, well, I'll do it myself. But yeah, definitely hit that like, hit that share button, man. I'm gonna do my little venting Sundays and get things off my chest. You gotta get things off your chest in the beginning of the week so you can get off fresh, man. You know what I mean? But with that Jake Paul fight, man, come on, man. See me, I'm an individualist, and I'll tell you in a minute, but let me jam out for a minute before I get into my groove, man. Just bear with me.
And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the most. I put my friends in that old Benz and took that to the coast. It ain't no thing to do my.
Shoot, I'm going to talk about that Jake Paul because the streets gotta eat. See, when people do, YouTube, on the 20th is payday. That's payday on the 20th, man. So I gotta talk my stuff, man. I gotta talk about Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. That's kind of trending right now. If you want to call in, put the number right here. Call in, talk your stuff, get off. What you think about that fight, man? Do you think it was staged? I got my thoughts on it. Let me turn this off, but I got my thoughts on it. I don't know why I like that song so much. But good afternoon, good night, whatever you want to call it. Good evening, Saturday, Sunday. My name, if you don't know me, my name is LaRon J. And I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the people who support my channel when it comes down to, content creators. I appreciate it. But what I want to do real quick is I want to talk about this Jake Paul fight, man, because it got me thinking. Now, would you take a vicious punch from a striker for a couple $1 million? That's my question. Would you take a vicious punch from a striker for millions of dollars? Now, me, no, I don't want to do that because you get hit wrong, you be sitting in that wheelchair Can't even spend the money. You be talking to your wife, can you make that spaghetti? Then make that spaghetti, put it in the microwave. You can't even do it. You be in the wheelchair like, you can't have a quality of life. Now, Tyron Woodley, I respect him. Well, not anymore. After this fight, I don't respect the dude at all, man. Like, why would you do that? Like, I respect his career. I watched UFC. I think it's very entertaining. What I come to realize is these people cannot box to save their life. They can't box to save their life. These UFC fighters can fight, but they can't box. When I was watching this Jake Paul fight, I saw first off the whole fight was boring now, but shout out to Jake Paul because Jake Paul is doing his thing. Jake Paul is making money. If you look at it as a business aspect, he's making that paper. He's making the fight game. He's making a point. If you watch his fight, he had 2 fights this year. He's 4-0. A lot of people say, well, he need to fight a boxer. Just to defend him a little bit. Did you see Tyson, his first 20 fights? He fought bartenders. He was fighting bartenders. He was fighting people that shouldn't have been in the ring. If I wasn't going to get flagged, I'd play it. Every boxer fights bums for at least 20, 30 fights. So if you look at Jake Paul's first 4 fights and look at Mike Tyson's first 4 fights, Jake Paul got a better resume in his 4 fights. Come and argue with me. Jake Paul got a better resume with 4 fights than Mike Tyson. So you can't get mad at Jake Paul's decision on how he's doing it because think about the purse he's getting with his 4 fights. He's the main attraction. If you look at boxing, anytime in the world, I just read Mike Tyson's book when he was talking about Cusimano, and they basically give him bombs to fight to get all the way up there. So you get skills, you get notoriety, but this time, like instead of getting a couple hundred or $1,000 to fight in the undercard for 4 rounds, he's getting millions of dollars. So you got to put respect on his name for that. Swanee said, "Hell no." I'm gonna get to that, Swan. I'm gonna get to that, man. Because, but I'm just give him his shot, right now. But I'm going at Jake Paul. Trust me. For people who know me, I am an individualist at this point. I'm about self. I'm like, I got a lot of friends who are, if you look at the X-Men, because I'm gonna keep that X-Men theme going on, the Marvel theme, because I saw that movie. It was fantastic. I saw the Spider-Man. So, but if we look at the Marvel situation, you had what's his name? Xavier McDaniels, which was Martin Luther King. Can't we all just get along? I want to help everybody. Then you have Magneto, who was like, "Look, I'm about my people. I'm like Black Malcolm X out here." Right now, I'm more Magneto than I am trying to help everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me right now. So when I saw this fight, I said, "Hell to the no." First off, the fight was boring. The whole fight was boring. I was before he knocked him out in the 6th round, I was sitting there like, "Yo, I would never watch this again. I would never waste my time on this." I'm sitting there ready to about to turn it off. Then, bow. How you knock dude's feet like this? He hit dude so hard that it turned me back to, can't we all just get along? I'm like, I didn't believe in reparations for a minute, man. I wasn't on this reparation stuff. I'm like, no, black people need to just work hard. Until I saw that, you won't get hit like that. We need reparations as a people. I'm like, if you want to take a punch for millions of dollars, that's what I want to ask you. Would you take a punch for millions of dollars and embarrass yourself and embarrass your race? Would you embarrass your race for millions of dollars? So that's why I'm like, no, we need reparations. I wasn't with reparations before. I am definitely with. If dude gonna take a punch like that, like from a grown man and a white man, he talking stuff. I'm like, dude, look, we as a people, this now I'm talking like this now because Jake Paul got bodies. Jake Paul making dudes sleep, and most of his people, he got black people falling asleep. This nigga was asleep. His legs was like that. He was slow footed. He hit that dude so hard with a feint. He faked to the body. Dude put his hands down and said, "Bow." I just saw the sweat going across. His mom was out there like, "Ricky." I did that. I thought it was Ricky off of freaking Boys in the Hood. I was like, Ricky. I was like, dude, anybody put a like in the like button if you ever saw, I mean, put a like or a comment if you ever saw John Wick, the fourth one. This is what I thought after I saw Tyron Woodley get knocked out. I said, look, we need a bounty on this Jake Paul. He beating all these black people up. You ever see that movie when everybody came in there and he killed somebody? I think John Wick killed somebody. This is the third one, and all of a sudden they put a bounty on him on the internet. And all of a sudden, when he was walking everywhere, there's people just coming out the window shooting, pop, 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 pop. We need to put a bounty on Jake Paul. I'm talking about he got abs now. He working hard. I'm telling you, like his first fight, he was like flabby and sick. You know what I mean? Second fight, he was a little toned. This one, he was ripped. I'm like, so you know he in them Whole Foods eating. He in them Whole Foods. I'm talking about if you see him in the Whole Foods, black people, square with that nigga. Put the guard up. Like he got to see us, man. Cause he ain't gonna fight. He gonna keep picking these people in the ring. See, we got to see this dude. I'm like, if we gonna get knocked out like this for some money, man, we setting ourselves back. This dude in there like get knocked out. He's like, I like jelly on man. I'm like, this dude is gone. Like he's gone. I'm so frustrated, man. I'm just so frustrated. I'm never on this black stuff, but come on, man. We got to do better representation. Where's Whack 100? Whack 100 said he could knock out everybody. Come on, Whack. Can you fight, man? Somebody got to whoop this dude's butt, man. Somebody got to get Jake. Somebody got to shut this fool up. Now, Ryan Paul, he's different. Ryan Paul, he can't fight. He's really making, I mean, he could box, but he's a real big dude. He's 6'2". But when the people he's fighting, he's really making deals like, don't knock me out. If you can't knock out the cash cow. But Tyron, you fight him twice. You're making the UFC look bad, man. And I saw his guard, the way he was guarding. He was like, ugh, no footwork. Ugh. I know he couldn't box. And the thing about Jake Paul, I watched the fight. Now I will not walk up to Jake Paul. I will not get knocked out on camera. He's a YouTuber too. He probably got them glasses that they got the camera on there. You're not knocking me out on TV. I gotta shoot you. When I see you, I shooting with my eyes closed. I will not be boxing Jake Paul. I'm not even going there. But somebody has to see him. Somebody got to see this dude. Now, Jake Paul. I'm watching this fight, and I'm seeing, the first fight. I was thinking, like, man, maybe this is fixed. 'Cause I did watch the fight, and Tyron Woodley was not throwing punches. He was just walking around. But in the UFC, he was a boring fighter, and he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. He is a Division II, I think, champion in wrestling. If I'm wrong, you could definitely put a comment below and let me know. But he was a wrestler. He didn't have foot movement. He wasn't moving. He was just, but he did catch him. And I thought, like, well, why didn't you knock him out? Why didn't you knock Jake Paul out the first time? I think it was the third, fourth round. You hit him hard. You hit him against the ropes, and then you just let him go. So I'm thinking, like, maybe this is a setup. Because there's a lot of conspiracy videos out there where you got people picking them up, but I was like, okay, that's cool. I wasn't really interested in watching this one because I'm like, you had your chance, but I did. I watched it. I watched it, and the fight was so boring. It was so boring. All Tyron Woodley was doing was holding him. Now, granted, he did take. He was not supposed to fight him. Give me a second here. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Had a little technical difficulties, but anyway, Jake Paul was when they were fighting, I saw holes in Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul was moving, he was doing good moving, but he don't move his head, and he's a counter puncher. Like he waits. Like he's a great counter puncher. He can fight going backwards. That's one thing about him. That's how Nate Paul got knocked out because Nate Paul charged him and he backed up and dude swung after he feinted that punch and bop bop bop. You cannot get hit by Jake Paul. So black people, if you want to fight this guy, you cannot get hit. See, a lot of black people, what they think is that since they're black, that they could beat everybody. No, you can't use your athleticism with him. He's actually working. You know, when people were like, "Oh, I'm the best rapper," no white person can out rap me. Then you saw Eminem. You can't do that. You got to prepare. You got to prepare, black people. We need you. We need you to come out. All boxers, come on out. And I ain't talking about seeing it. Look, we got a bounty. We need to put the money together. If we need to put it in a cash app or something, we need a bounty. Whoever beat him up on camera, you got to show the footage because he ain't gonna fight you in that ring because he don't want to mess up his cash cow. Now, what I will say, Jake Paul is very smart because he got real boxers on his undercard, and they never got paid like this. They never got paid. He got women champion boxers fighting on his card, and he's giving them all the money because he don't need it. He's rich. He's a YouTuber. He's millions and millions of dollars. Smart businessman. And truth be told, I think I really believe Mayweather's behind all this. I think Mayweather's behind all this mess, man. I saw a video, and I will put it up. I might put it up, but if I can find it. But Mayweather was behind all this. He was talking to him before, like 2017, and he trained Ryan. He was training Ryan Paul. People don't sleep on Mayweather. He is not. He's trying to get that money. I think Money Mayweather's behind all this. Because if truth be told, this is Mayweather's career. Now Mayweather fought all the tough fighters in this league. I mean, you know, in his era, he did. But he made it to a point where everybody hated Mayweather, so they would go to the fight and pay for it to see him get knocked out. That's a great model. That's a great model to have. That's what Muhammad Ali did. Muhammad Ali, when he started making money, he became a Muslim, and he was talking all this greasy stuff where people were paying, white people was paying to see him get knocked out. I agree with you, man. He was. Tyron was definitely hesitant. Jake Paul is a very polished fighter. You're right. That's why it's not Jake Paul. I agree, but listen to me, Blue. Listen to me. When he hit him, I gotta go black though. It got to be something else, man. I wasn't like this before. I wasn't like this. He got hit so hard. I was like, keep hope alive. I was like, look, I have a dream. I'm like, we gotta get. I gotta hate on Jay Paul now. I gotta stick with my people. Like we can't just be fighting this dude for money. For real, like he got hit so hard. Jake Paul is the truth, though. You're right, man. I mean, I knew it. Like he is not to be played with. He's not for play. That's what I'm saying. We calling all boxers. We need somebody who is at least 190 pounds, a heavyweight to fight this fool that can actually box. We need somebody, and you don't got to box him in the ring. Just tap him up when he's in the dry cleaners or something. You know, he's out and about. Tap him up out there, man. You know, before security get to him. Just say, "I want your autograph." Bam, and just run. Because you ain't gonna get to him. Like when he out, when he try to catch him on YouTube. I'm be at the Vegas, you know, with my boo. You know, try to sneak in there when because he gonna have bodyguards on him. We need a fair one, black people. Like somebody can fight. I can't fight him. I'll do worse for the race. He'll knock me out. I'll be asleep just like him with my feet like this. How his feet? He knocked him. Man, I could go on this forever, man. Oh man! And then I can't wait to. I need to see what Dana White say about this. Look, Roy Jones Jr. Ever since that dude got knocked out, he was not the same. There's something about getting knocked out, man. I think it messes your equilibrium up or something. Like you're never the same. You're never the same fighter. Once Tarver knocked him out, he was getting knocked out. He was sleeping all the time. So that's what I think. I think like once you get knocked out cold like that, like your chin is just so much more like soft or something, man. Because how embarrassing is that, dude? You get a prize fighter. You fought for a living. You're going to be in a Hall of Fame of UFC, and you lose to a YouTuber like Jake Paul. Got it, man. Jake Paul got it because he got the cards and he's a pro fighter and he getting all the money. This dude, they fought in what, Tampa or in Miami somewhere, and there was 20,000 people at this fight. There's people out there saying, you know what? I would never watch it. It don't matter if you watch it or not because the train is already going and it ain't gonna be stopped. I don't know if this is acting or not, but I think now people gonna be paying to watch him. If he get that next right fighter, he was supposed to fight Tyson Fury's brother, but he pulled out of it because he said he broke his rib. But he's a boxer, so you need to see a boxer in there. But I wanted to see particularly a nice black boxer who's nice with his and show him and take him to the deep and whoop his butt. See, what I want to say about the Jake Paul fight, I saw holes in Jake Paul's game, man. Now I'm not a boxer, I'm not a trainer, but anybody who's watching who's a boxing fan here, let me know if I'm wrong. But when I watched that fight, I noticed that he was he wins, he gets really tired around the third round. So if I was boxing him, I would wait. I'll let him tire himself out because he likes to dance around the first 2, 3 rounds. If you watch his fights, he's dancing around and he don't want to get hit. And I think the adrenaline, he gets tired. He started all these punches, and then by the third round, he is exhausted. You can see him on a thing, but he can still punch. Um, Dude, nobody fought him because he never went to a long fight, really. I mean, Tyron fought him long last time, but he wasn't throwing jabs. I think if you put pressure on him and start throwing jabs and slipping, you can wear him out. Second thing is hit him with the body, man. You hit body shots, you get out, dip out. He's going to wear down. And then when he get in that deep water, that fourth round, get him. So he's beatable. You just can't get hit with that right hand. I don't know if he knocked anybody out with his left hand. Um, when he fought Aspirin, that wasn't even a good fight. You know what I'm saying? That was so quick. So he really didn't go the distance in the fight. You know, but man, who do you think he'll fight him? Jake Paul, like who in his weight class? Because he's fighting these little dudes. He's fighting people that's 5'9" that should be like at least 150, 160, and he's fighting these dude at his weight, like at 192. Like who? Look, I'm telling you, man. Right now, the way he knocked him out, I'm with that Black Power stuff. Like somebody got to get him. Man, Wilder would knock him through. Wilder would kill him. Wilder will destroy that dude. He's too long. That wouldn't even be fair. Like the Jake Pauls would be out there like Ricky. Like that would be a good one. I would like to see that though, because Wilder's not for play, especially after he lost to that big 7'9", 6'9" dude Tyson Fury. Wilder would kill him. He would never fight him. If I was Jake Paul, if you wanna keep this bag going, you gotta stay away from that dude. You can't fight them. You can't fight Anthony Joshua. You can't fight even Ruiz. You can't fight them heavyweights out there. I wonder. This is what I want to see because this is actual after all. This is celebrity boxing. Fight Mike Tyson. Fight 54-year-old Mike Tyson. We all saw what Mike Tyson did when he fought Roy Jones. He held him up. Mike Tyson still got it. And Mike Tyson ain't take all them punches when he was playing because he was a good defensive fighter. Mike Tyson, that would be big. That would be a big fight. Now, another fight would be big is Conor McGregor, Jake Paul, and Conor McGregor. Now, I am tired of him fighting UFC fights, but that's one fight I would like to see. Like, Conor McGregor is a big time draw. You saw that fight when he fought Mayweather. Have them fight. Conor McGregor is a good marketer. He did break his foot. No, he would not. Did you see Holyfield fight that? Mm-mm. No. Holyfield was done, man. You see, he fought that UFC fighter. Did you see that, Swarty, in a couple months ago? And dude knocked him out like 3 times in the first round. Like he's done. He's done. I couldn't believe it. I was so mad. I paid for that fight too. Holyfield's done. James Toney's done. Um, Roy Jones is done. So far as those old fighters. Now wait a minute. I got one. Jake Paul and De La Hoya. Yeah, he look real bad. Jake Paul and De La Hoya. I would like to see that. I think De La Hoya still got it. Where's De La Hoya at? Fight De. Oh, Bernard would dig in his. Yo, Bernard would dig in him. That's another one. They would look. Jake Paul ain't stupid. He would make a contract saying you can't knock me out. He ain't that dumb. He's a very smart businessman. Jake Paul would make a contract with Bernard Hopkins or Mike Tyson saying you can't knock me out. Oh, that would be so good. And Jake Paul, if he fought Jake Paul, if Tyson fought Jake Paul, it wouldn't even mess up his career if Tyson beat him because everybody would think that Tyson would beat him. Now, if he gave a shot to Mike Tyson probably go ballistic. Oh man, this go like the sky's the limit for Jake Paul in this next year, man. Because we need to put as a black folks, we need to put a bounty on his head, man. I'm serious, man. Like we see him, it's on sight. Everybody, it's on sight. Now, I ain't gonna like I said, I ain't hitting him because I ain't getting countered like that. He gonna push his guards away like, hold on, I got him. Nah, I don't want that. He getting shot. You see me. He getting shot. But we need a bounty on him, man. We or either that. I mean, because do we need money that much as a black people? Do we need money like that? Because if my thing is, I'm like, then we need reparations, then, man. Like if you gonna get hit like that, people be sleeping on Jake Paul. I ain't sleep on him in the beginning, man. When I saw him do that to little Nate, I still ain't seen Nate. He ain't speak to the media. This dude's a meme for life. Now, Woodley's out here with his feet slewed up like this. How your feet end up like this? It wasn't a game because he felt just like man, he went right back there with Wakanda, man. When Tyron Woodley I thought he died. I thought he went back there and talked to T'Challa's dad out there like, oh, remember that part on Black Panther when T'Challa died and he started talking to them people in the Africa? Man, Tyron went did and I'm telling you, he got hit so hard. See, people don't I never got hit like that, but I heard if you get knocked out, you don't feel it. When you get knocked down, you don't feel it. You feel it the next day, but you don't feel it. That's the beautiful thing about God. He knocked his spirit out of his body, so he wouldn't feel that. He like, man, I love you so much, I'm gonna knock your spirit out. He, I think we got a caller, but hold on 1 second. Yes. Oh man, this is not connected. Give me a second, man. You might have to go on the show because I can't hear you. Let me turn this off real quick. Give me a second. Hey, try to call back. I think I had a caller call in. I had my earpiece on. Give me a second. Whoever called and tried to call back, I had the wrong thing on. But anyway, I'm gonna drop the link on there if you want to chime in too. Uh, before I get off. But man, would you take a punch like that, man, for $1 million? I know he ain't get more than 1 million. I doubt that very much. Jake Paul, and you got to think taxes taking half of that, so you get knocked out for $500,000, and then you can't even speak no more. You got to sit there and sip on, uh, smoothies. Hold on a second here. Oh wait, hope that worked. Let's see. No, it ain't work. Let's see here. Anyway, I put the link down, man. If you're trying to chime in, I think my phone line messed up. Anyway, yeah, Nate Paul went to sleep, man. I ain't see this dude since. That's that type of stuff when you get knocked out like that, and you have no authority over your family anymore. You talk to your mom, your wife, like, look, man, I have spoken. They be like, don't let me call Jake Paul. Your kids out here like, oh, take out the garbage. I ain't taking out the garbage. Don't let me get up. Don't let me call Jake Paul. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that. Like, he knocked him out in front of his mama. You dig? You can't get knocked out in front of your mom, bro. Like, after you got up, you should have been spouting him up. You should have been fighting on sight. When y'all got to the car, you got to sneak the dude. See, black people usually sneak. You ever watch World Star? Black people just walk up to you, just like, "What's up, bro?" Bam. See, my dad was an OG back in the day, right? My dad used to sneak people. He ain't fighting no one-on-one battles. He gonna knock you. He gonna punch you and run if you ain't get knocked out. Like, you gotta sneak Jake Paul, man. He's dope right now. Like, people want to hate on him. That's a fighter. Now you can talk about all you want about Ryan Paul, but Jake Paul is a fighter. Hold on 1 second, man. 1 second. I got somebody trying to get on. Give me a second. But anyway, oh man, I got my homie coming calling in, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about that the Spider-Man movie, man. Spoiler alert, but that thing was dope. And he's gonna talk about the fight. Maybe. We'll see. If you get on, if you don't, you don't. That's fine. But I really UFC is where it's at. I did watch. Anybody watch UFC last weekend? Nunez lost. I was talking about Nunez. Like, Nunez was the next one. Just knocking everybody out. She knocked out Holly Holm. She knocked out Ronda Rousey. No one could touch her. But then she had a kid. She gay. So she got a kid, through her with her wife. I guess they adopted her. But I told everybody around me. I said, ever since she had that kid, I bet you she don't care about fighting anymore. And it showed. I don't even think she trained. See, the hardest part of sports is not the actual fight. It's the training. Like, if you're playing basketball, the 48 minutes is not hard. You might be tired if you don't really train, but there's the training, because like you got to train like you're playing 3 games just for that one game all year long. That's why you know the Lakers. Like, when I talk about the Lakers, because they call me the number one hater with LeBron James, number one hater. You know, um, I'm just a objective guy. I'm very objective when it comes to basketball. You know, seen a lot of basketball. Since the '80s, and I'm not that. Well, yeah, I am. I am that old guy who want to be like, back in my day, this is what was going on. Some people want to progress past that, but I can't do that when you're shooting 53s a game. So boring. I'm sitting there watching the Lakers game last Friday when they played Minnesota Timberwolves. Shout out to the center that played on the Timberwolves. I forgot his name right now off my top of my head. Townsend? I can't remember. but he was giving AD the business.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
AD is the problem. The reason why the Lakers can't win. And everybody want to give LeBron James the truth, saying he never has help. They always say LeBron says he never has help. He's been help since the beginning of his career. Now, the first part of his career, you can say I can, it can be an argument, because he didn't have any superstars, but he had all stars on the team. But people say, oh, they ain't nobody. Agauskas was getting 20 and 10, 15 and 10. Then you had the one guard, I forgot his name, but Larry Hughes was getting all stars. They had a sharpshooter on the team, but that's not, that's neither here nor there. He had success. He carried that team in Cleveland beginning. And the reason why he did what he did was because of the media. The media make you think that you're not successful if you don't win a championship. But we all know only 8% of the NBA players make it to the championship and win. 8%. So we look at 1 out of 10 players out of the NBA is going to make it to the finals and win. So it is very hard. But he put all this chosen one on his back. So everybody give him a pass. Oh, he got a school. I don't give a crap about his school. You know how many players got schools right now? Shout out to David Robinson. David Robinson got charter schools nobody talk about. He got 20 schools, 20 charter schools in Texas. Nobody talks about David Robinson. Shout out to Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose got a school. I'm not knocking him. Great, he got a school. But I ain't talking about the school. I'm talking about his hoop game. Because if you say you want to be the best, see, if you ain't say that, see, if you say you're gonna be a cop or you say you want to be a doctor, then you better be a good doctor. You claim that you say you want to be a doctor. If you're a doctor, we're gonna criticize if you do bad work. If you say you're a chef and you're the greatest chef in the world, we're gonna criticize your food. Right? He said he's the best player in the world. So we're going to criticize you. If you never done that, if you were so humble and all that, hey man, look, man, we there for you. But you can't. Well, he didn't do it, but the media does it. The LeBron sexuals. They're the ones out here talking about, oh, he's better than Jordan. Yeah, okay, yeah, I disagree. But I don't, like I said, I don't like to talk about who's the best ever, because like Michael Jordan said, the great Michael Jordan, he says he never knew if he could be better than Wilt because he never played with him. He don't like to have that conversation. That's respect, you know. But we all know in the '90s he ran the '90s. He didn't run the '80s, but he ran the '90s. Is a team, the team game. It's a team game. There's 5 players on the team, but we always talking about one. You know, and so back to the Lakers. The Lakers are trash.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
See, the Laker sexuals always want to come out. The LeBron sexuals want to come out here and say, "Oh man, no, it's early." Did you say it was early when coaches get fired in the beginning of the year? We might as well say no. It's early, man. Just give us some time, because they're gonna fire Vogel, and it's not even his fault. LeBron co-signs everything. He co-signs what happens, who players he get. He co-signed Isaiah Thomas. And how did Isaiah Thomas get first game back from playing? He didn't play NBA for years. In his first game back, he had the high. He had 19 points. How does that happen? And fragile AD. AD, that dude never played a full season. How is he the top 75 player over Dwight Howard? How is he the top 5 player over Dominique Wilkins? How is he the top 5 player over Klay Thompson, who got rings and arguably the second best shooter in the world? But you give it to AD. Don't let me get started on this bubble basketball. Bubble basketball. I called it. They wanted LeBron James to win so bad because Kobe. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant dies, and they wanted a hero. The same way the NFL wanted the New England Patriots to win in 2001 after the planes hit. They wanted the Patriot team to win because you see it when the refs called that play. with the tuck rule. It should have been Oakland Raiders winning in 2001, but they wanted the New England Patriots because it was the American way. In the Lakers in the NBA, it's all like a lot of it's scripted. They don't want the underdog to win because it don't make them money. Like right now, why are we talking about the Lakers and they suck? You should be talking about the Phoenix Suns. They're balling. You should be talking about the Golden State Warriors because they're balling. But no, you keep bringing up the Lakers. The Lakers are trash. They can't watch nobody. And LeBron James is shooting 3-point shots, and he's 100th of all the bronze sexuals. Yes, he's getting 27 points. Shout out to him. He's getting 26 points. He's getting the numbers that Michael Jordan was getting in Washington. Anybody want to hate on Michael Jordan's Washington days? They was going to make the playoffs if he didn't get hurt. He got hurt that year, and he was putting up 26 points, 38 years old. So I'm saying LeBron is great, but I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm telling the truth. And his 3-point shooting is 115th in the league. That's bad. Why is AD, and this is what I be saying on Facebook, why is AD playing so far from the 3-point? I mean, he's a dominant player when he's under the rim. He's tipping in, he's doing tip dunks, but he don't want to play down low. He wants to be at the top of the key shooting all these threes. He shoots 19% at three. I ain't
Make this shit up. I don't know what you can't make this shit up.
I ain't making this up. And he just keeps shooting. And then you got nobody can watch anybody because these young dudes, shout out to these like Morant and the guy from that played for Atlanta, they are putting up numbers. These young guards, you can't watch them. You can't touch them. And nobody on that team can watch these fast dudes. And LeBron is done. Like LeBron is, I don't even think he's emotionally in it. I watched that game on. Matter of fact, the game is on now. I might put it on right now. They're playing. Lakers are playing the Bulls because I'm watching the Tampa Bay game and it's kind of slow. Tampa Bay score second quarter, but LeBron James, I don't think he's in it, man. I think he's just like wait. He's trying to beat the record because he's stacking up his points. He's trying to lead the game. In my opinion, is the leading scorer. Leading whatever other statistics that he's really close at, and he want his son to play in the NBA with him. I think that's what he's waiting on because I don't think he's in it, man. He don't. It seems like he don't care. Every time he's playing, he's just rolling his eyes at the players and stuff like that. Um, Westbrook is just not a good fit for them. I don't even know why they picked him up. I'm just put on the game real quick, but I don't know why they picked him up because he's not a good fit. If I was the Lakers, I would put him on the bench. He's 33 years old. He deserves to be a starter, obviously, but for that team, he needs to be on the bench and he needs to play the second group because I don't think he knows where to be when you got like three great players on a roster out of five and they're starting and there's only one ball. You're trying to figure out who's getting the ball. He don't know what to do. So I think putting him on the second team with Carmelo and Dwight. You hear all these names I'm saying, and they still can't win. Isn't that something? Um, with Dwight, get him on there with Dwight. Let Dwight rebound. All right. Um, Carmelo Anthony is a great one-on-one player. He can still score. He can't play defense. But put those guys on there because there's no reason why LeBron James can't take a rest with this team. And I was so disappointed when I was watching Minnesota. They lost in Minnesota on Friday, and this dude was not playing. He made this careless pass to AD, and then he went back on defense and didn't even play defense. I'm like, wow, nobody calling this stuff out. I can't make this up. I'm gonna put on the game, but anyway, that's my rant for the day, man. My question is, like I said, would you take a punch from somebody who can strike for over a couple $1,000,000? That's what I feel like Tyron Woodley did. I think he took this fight, um, wasn't a good boxer, and you just embarrassed yourself for some money. Now, I don't think all money's good money. I think we need to put a bounty on Jake Paul. calling all fighters. I don't care if you're a blood, crip, whatever. When you see him in the street, you need to knock him out. We need to stick with our people. This Jake Paul got bodies, man.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Jake Paul got bodies. Like, they're sleeping. So we gotta take this dude serious. But like I said, if you can get through his security, like we could do it like John Wick. I said, like if y'all saw that John Wick movie, go get him because we can't be embarrassed like this as a people, man. This is bringing our self-esteem down, man. Like we gotta do something. Shout out to Swanee. Swanee said some good fighters should fight him, like Bernard Hopkins. I believe he still got it. He's in shape. He be eating that plant-based diet. You know what I'm saying? I think he can do it. I think De La Hoya can get him. I definitely know because right now he's training as we speak. Mike Tyson can get him too. You know. But with that being said, man, leave a comment below, man, if you're gonna watch this later. Appreciate you, man. Hit me on the Cash App. I appreciate y'all supporting my channel and my content out there. You know, I'm gonna probably put since Christmas is coming, I'm gonna put quite a few videos out this week. I got some stuff lined up. Yeah, man. But you know, the streets got to eat, man. Got to talk about this. The streets got to eat. You know, for like I said, all the content creators know December 20th is payday, or the 20th is payday when it with content creators. You know, you get that bag on that day. So I'm gonna talk about this even if you don't want to hear it. But anyway, holla at y'all. Check y'all another time.